Oh, hello, and welcome to Study Travel TV in our London studio on this gorgeous spring day. I'm Scott Wade.
And I'm Clarissa Waldron. On today's shows, our top stories are
English language student numbers declined in the UK in 2016.
Brazilian scholarship comes to an end.
And Brown's English Language School opens a new campus in Brisbane.
The Aussies are doing very well in Brizzy, Scott.
Indeed they are. After so many years of a strong Aussie dollar, things have improved there for sure, Clarissa.
Well, it's a slightly different story on this side of the world. The UK experienced an 11% decline in international student numbers, according to School Association English UK.
These declines came from Italian and Spanish students, suggesting a strong pound at the beginning of 2016 was a factor, especially as Ireland increased their Italian and Spanish student numbers during the same period.
Not all bad news, however, with China debuting in the UK's top 5 student markets last year. And there were gains from Argentina, Kuwait and Saudi Arabia.
And for the first time in 2016, there were more junior international students than adults in the UK.
Well, speaking about the news, English UK Chief Executive Sarah Cooper said it was a challenging time for study travel and said the association was focusing on statistical info for members and new membership benefits.
Challenging time indeed, Clarissa, though it seems the weaker pound is helping in the UK this year. Brazil, which has been enduring its worst recession on record, announced that their government study travel scholarship program is not going to restart. It's not a huge surprise in the light of the recession that the Ministry of Education said that the cost of the scheme was just too high.
Indeed, and Moura Leão, president of the Brazilian Agency Association, said the scheme had raised awareness of higher education outside of Brazil and that study travel agencies now had an opportunity to build on this.
Moura suggested that the government system had not succeeded, but professional study travel agents could ensure a successful study trip abroad for students, and that inquiries for overseas university study were on the rise.
And now on the other side of the world, Brown's English Language School has opened a new campus in Brisbane, its 5th location in Queensland, Australia.
We are told the new centre features 14 classrooms and huge computers.
Huge computers, I wonder how big they are.
Richard Brown, managing director of the school, said that the new campus was the first of its kind in Queensland and that students were demanding heightened speed, quality and choice in the way that they learn.
The new campus will allow the company to create a separate Young Learners Centre in Brisbane, as it did last year in the Gold Coast. Richard added that with recent government strategies and study travel growth, there has never been a better time for the sector in Queensland.
Happy days indeed on the Sunshine Coast. And now a roundup of some of the other news stories this week.
The number of international students at UK independent secondary schools decreased slightly in the last year, with 27,000 students choosing the UK. Growth from China and Hong Kong was offset by declines from the other top 10 markets.
Canada-based CIBT Education Group has announced real estate development, a 58-floor education megacentre in Surrey, British Columbia.
And Spanish language provider Osbourne has opened its second Malaga campus in the Soho Art District of the city, adding to its original centre near the beach.
Very nice indeed. French agency Idealong is creating a language industry co-working space at its new office near the centre of Lille this week. Industry people will be able to use the space as a flexible office.
Very nice, and we have a number of people sharing our office today here at STTV, including 4 web developers who are working on our brand new website.
Welcome to them, and Patrick is just back from Canada where he joined Bonnie McKee at the CAPC Secondary School Conference.
Well, it's 1 in, 1 out, as Charlotte has headed over to Toronto for the IH Directors event. We can't keep the study travel team outside of Canada, can we?
No, it doesn't seem so, and we're very sorry to hear about the worst flooding in Quebec in decades and hope the situation improves soon.
Indeed, and thank you very much for joining Scott and myself this week. We'll be back with you next week with more from Study Travel News.
Send us a note to let us know if you think the broadcast is good or about the world in general. Visit our website studytravel.network for everything study travel. See you next time.
Goodbye from everyone here in the studio.
Goodbye.